into day 12 or 13 now, actually, I think. Basically, it was on the day X1, the 24th of November, where there was the mass protests up and down the country and the protests in Westminster. We had our day of action on campus. We had a rally just outside there in University Square, which there was about 200 people at. And then after that, we all went up to a room to discuss what to do next. And we decided to occupy it and use that as a base to branch out and campaign into the wider student body. And then, you know, if it was possible to occupy somewhere more significant, if and when we get the chance really to do that. One of the things that's specific to us, although I know a few other places have done it as well, is a demand about the London living wage being implemented for the cleaners. Because they've had a successful campaign recently, but no one's quite sure about when the thing's actually going to be implemented, when they're going to get their wage increase. So that was one of our demands as well. But I think, you know, specifically what's actually happened since we've occupied is they've announced the start of cuts at UEL. There's going to be redundancies for staff now, which means cuts to teaching places and a decrease in the quality of education provided here. So really the focus of the campaign has shifted very much onto fighting the cuts here, as well as, you know, the national picture about fighting the fee rises as well. We've been getting into like 15-minute long debates with lecturers and students, which, you know, is really great for lecturers to allow us to come into their lecture and do that. We've had a few times lecturers have brought their classes to the occupation room, and for about 20 minutes, and we've had a debate there about, you know, all kinds of things really, about from how is this occupation being effective to, you know, if we don't put fees up, where's the money going to come from? All kinds of like general political. It's really opened up a political space for us, and like the lecturers have been really helpful in allowing us to open up that space as well. We have this stall here daily in the main kind of walkway for the university. And we've also done other stuff like, you know, solidarity work with other people who are facing cuts. Like we sent a delegation to visit the tube picket line when they were on strike last week. This afternoon we're going around workplaces in the borough to try and get some delegations from there to our General Assembly on Wednesday, the day before the cuts. It's billed as a Students' Union emergency general meeting. We want to turn that into a General Assembly against the cuts, you know, for the whole borough really. As far as the NUS goes, they call the candlelit visual, but I don't think a candlelit visual is going to cut it really. I think this government's out to completely destroy our way of life and cut off a whole generation from university access. I think we need to lay siege to Parliament on Thursday, and you know, we don't need candles there really. The NUS have called the National Day of Action on Wednesday, so I would use that in order to call a mass meeting or call a General Assembly of staff and students and anyone else affected by the cuts, and to use that as a springboard. You know, if you get 100, 200 people in a room, then you can go and occupy somewhere. But I think you have to be quite tactically flexible at the moment. It's only less than a week away now. So I think the key thing is mobilising for the demo at this stage, because we need tens of thousands of people on the streets of London on Thursday. So whatever helps you do that, if it's an occupation or a mass meeting or whatever you think is going to help you in your particular institution. If you look at the CPE laws in France, they went through Parliament, but they were defeated on the second reading because there was such rebellion against it on the streets. And the key thing is getting everyone to Parliament, and we want to rally there. We want to stay there for as long as possible so workers can join us in the evening after they finish work.